Sorry.
Sorry.
I think we don't
Yeah.
knock it off the thing. Yeah, Mum, don't knock it all down.
They're really awkward, these guys. I'm going to do a little bit more of the drawing features project, and then I'll do a bit more Lino. So this bit will be a quick bit of drawing features. So a little bit of a recap, just for anybody who's been away. We've basically been having a go at sketching features, either with paint or with some sort of drawing thing like a pencil. And so we started with eyes, and I can't find the eyes examples. Then there's noses, and I'll do a little bit of mouths today. And this was just a general, just setting out portraits. So that's that bit. And I'll carry on a little bit with the drawing mouths, which is, and I think next session, or maybe we just start a whole painting, if you want to do portraits, do whole painting. So I thought I'd use her. So with drawing mouths, I tend to, it's the same sort of thing, just getting a sense of the, if there's a tilt of the head, but I think she's fairly straight on, so I'll just work about here. So that's roughly the middle of the mouth. I quite like to start with this, almost like a line where the lips meet. So I could do a little bit of planning to start with, so I'm thinking draw between there and there, and then go something slightly darker. Could either start at one side or start in the middle. I think I'll start in the middle. There's almost like a very slight dip there. So that just dips down a little bit like that, and very slightly, I would say, just curves upwards a tiny bit into the corners. So I think I'm seeing something a little bit like that. That can be a start. And then have a look at this little bow shape. So I think that needs to start about there. So something like that. Coming up to there. And then just popping that down to there. And the same here. Just tapers out to there a little bit. And then the bottom lip, I think, is slightly deeper than the top lip. So perhaps down to about there. So again, just get that little shape in. Comes around to here. And then starts to curve upwards. Something like that. And then the same on this side. Coming around, and there's quite a curve there. And then that comes up and it curves back the other way. So there's, yeah, I'd say there's a slight difference that side to that side. And then just looking at the tonal values, quite often you find that lighting is slightly from above, so the top lip will cast a little bit of a shadow. A little bit of shadow there. And sometimes, I think in this case, it seems like there's a little bit more shadow on this side. Or it may be that you get more shadow into the corners. And then just any shadows you can see on the bottom lip. A little bit like that, and like that. So highlight just here, I'll leave that as white paper. And then if you want to draw any of the tones around the mouth, sometimes a little bit of tone in the corners, or quite often, particularly in this case, she's got quite a deep hollow here. So that casts quite a strong shadow just in there. Yeah, so yeah, especially how to think about that. I'll do a little bit of lino cuts for anybody who wants to do or interested in this. So I'll just move this over. We'll bring the camera over this way, I think. Get that to focus in down here. So really, I'll just show you how far I got. So this one that you saw me working on the other week, did a bit more of that. So last week I just had a background, this sort of pinky colour in, and I cut out some of these little white flecks to start with. Then last night I cut a lot more away. I cut basically away where the water was going to be, so that's all that. Took all that away. The next stage really is to cut all this away, which I'm not really going to have a chance to do now, but I'll just do a little bit around here, and then hopefully I can link that bit up and just show you how that would be. That one I think might do the trick. And you seem to, some of these definitely a lot sharper than others. And I'm not sure that I'm not sure that I've remembered my oil stuff today. I'll just go with these. Yeah, but if I can just check some of these away, and then I'll just ink this little bit up and you can see how that prints out. And just remembering to keep turning this and keeping it away from yourself. Is to just roll up some colour. Some of the other colours are out, but I did spot a tiny bit of brown in here. This is probably about 20 years old. No, it's not brown. I'll just use black. So the rolling is just getting the roller nice and evenly coated. And I just try and get that slightly sticky sound. I'm just trying to roll a bit up. So ideally you get all that cut away. What I will do is just wipe some of that where I don't want to be. I wouldn't mind a few little bits poking through, because I think if they're just very dark, I think it'll look a little bit odd. So I think when I do cut everything else back, I will leave some of these little bits like that. I don't think I'm really showing. So that's my one for registering, which I think should go. I think otherwise, just carefully should go that way. And just try not to let it move around too much. So that's, yes, that's shape. I think actually a few of these little bits will look quite nice. So yeah, basically I'll just cut away the rest and then leave the three geese. Ideally, I might try and go for a brown and a black, so that they're not just completely solid. So that's what do you call that? I forgot what you call that. We basically cut away at the time. In some ways, I think maybe I might have preferred to have maybe had another block, because that way you could experiment with different coloured backgrounds a little bit, try different colours out. But yeah, with the reduction printing, I think that will obviously reduce them.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,